So, you need a hero, huh? And you're holding out for him till the end of the night. And he's got to be strong. And he's got to be fast. And you really need a hero. Well, hello there, Apple Bites. This is your Apple Bite, Rafael Tavares, talking to you straight from our show here, The Written Writ. A show where you and I and you, take a journey together to become better writers. Yes, like I said, you need a hero, and here we are. Here I come to save the day. Just kidding. You want to create your hero character. That's what you're trying to do. And sometimes this could be a difficult process because your hero character will let everyone know what your story is. If you don't believe me, check out some books. Now, see this thing here? It's been my friend for years and ages and ages and ages. I have so many of these, it's not funny. Some of them started, some of them have started. And this is the way I like to do my thing. I know in this day of tech and age and all that smarty stuff and computers and dynamics and whatever you want to call it, I use those too. As a true writer, I use whatever tool comes in front of me. So, let's get to business here. So you want to write your character. You want to write your hero. Let's see. Here we go. So you want to create a character. We're going in the right direction, aren't we? All right. Do you have a story already in mind? Sounds like a silly question, doesn't it? Sometimes the story comes before the hero. Other times, the hero comes before the story. Now the question is, if you already have a story in mind, how does your character fit into the story? Is he happening along? Is the story happening and he happens to happen? That's like a happenstance. Get it? Never mind. It's a lot of happening stuff. So you need to figure out how does your character fit into the story. Well, let's take, for instance, my friend here, Maximus T. Jones, from my detective novel. How does Maximus fit into the story? Well, he fits into my story because he is the detective that the person goes to solve the case. Kind of simple. But my character, Maxie, was created before the story. I wanted to create a detective character, and I created Maxie, and I started to write the story from that. But if you're going from the other direction, it's important to know that you need to put these characters in there so they fit in there properly. Sometimes you'll take a character, put it into a story, and then realize later on that the character just doesn't fit. This is very important. See, right here. Is the character already in the story? So if the character's already in the story, and sometimes that happens because the story comes into your head, and you have an idea of what you want to do. You have an idea of what the story is, who the hero is, what's going to happen, what's going on. If the character's already in there, then you're fine. If the character has to be placed into the story, you might have to work at that. Maybe you're confused about what I'm trying to tell you. You created a story. I created a story about Maximus T. Jones and how he is a private eye who is trying to help a woman, of course. It's just a whole film noir or detective noir thing. And she's trying to find her missing art piece. It's been a long time. So she hires Maxie to go find this, and things happen while they're investigating the loss of this art piece. They find out that a close member of the family stole it from her, and she didn't notice. Stuff like that. You see? As I'm trying to explain here, you have a character who fits into the story. Okay, let's say I have a story and I have a character called Ben. There you go. His name is Ben. Ben is a little kid who hangs out in the corner store. We got a problem. How does this little kid fit into this story where we're trying to figure out who stole the art piece? You see what I'm saying? You need to figure out what's going on. Sometimes placing a character in and making him the hero is not to say that it's going to be difficult making this character the hero. It's just saying that you're going to have to probably do more work at it. And as I've said before, sometimes the character will talk to you. Will let you know what they're thinking. Will let you know what they want. Will let you know who they are. And will let you know if they fit into the story themselves. Are you basing the story on the character? Like I did with Maximus T. Jones, the story is based on the character. I think I've covered that right there. Do you not have a story yet? If you don't have a story yet, sometimes the best thing to do is create your hero and see what happens. Sometimes when you have writer's block, you just start creating people. Sounds like some kind of evil scientist, or I should say mad scientist type of thing, doesn't it? What are you doing? I'm creating people. Yeah, okay. But sometimes it works out. You take your characters from you just create characters. Create characters, create a detective, create a police officer, create um a sanitation worker, you create people, and then you see where they belong. Sometimes they'll tell you where they belong, sometimes you'll find the place they belong in, sometimes the story will evolve from the person. Just like the story evolved from Maxie Jones here. Like I said, maybe creating the character will give you the story. Hey! And there goes the other one. Maybe the character will tell you their story. This little tablet, this little notebook here is one of the ways I create my stories. I come across them. It's a way to help me formulate. I love writing it down on the paper as I go through it and try to figure out where I'm going next, what's going on, what's happening, who's on first, what's on second, I don't know, is on third. If you don't understand that, then maybe I'm too old. But now to the board here. So you need a hero, which is what we're talking about here. You need a hero. Who is your hero? My hero is Maxie T. Jones, private investigator, ex-military. Why does she care? Well, my character's he, but you get the idea. I'm just trying to keep it here because your character can be female or male, either or. Why does he care? What is the call to action? What is the journey that your hero is making? Because, of course, your hero is making a journey. This is where he's going. Things are going to happen to him. Why does he care? I say Maxie cares because Maxie, when he was a kid, was bullied a lot. And he had to figure out how to defend himself, how to take care of himself because nobody would come to his aid. He was a lonely child, an only child, and he needed to learn how to protect himself. Especially when his father would tell him the same thing, that he needed to know how to protect himself. And his father showed him how to fight because his father is a boxer. And that's how his father made his living, by boxing. See, there we go. We're creating a story. We got something going. Now, will all this will continue to happen with the Maximus T. Jones story? Who knows? Maybe I'll change things around, but that's the whole process. The call to action here is that as a person, Maxie just needs to help other people because when he was younger, he wasn't helped himself. And he figures that people need a helping hand. People need to be helped. Because sometimes you are alone and you need a friend to call on. All right. What is Maximus T. Jones' weaknesses? That's important to know. You need to know what your character is afraid of, what your character doesn't like. These are things that might come up in the story. These are things that might help your story along. He doesn't like bullies. His weakness is that he has a soft heart, a golden heart. He'll help anybody out. And sometimes people take advantage of this. So there you go. Why does she care? Because when they were younger, they were bullied, and they feel that they need to help people out like nobody helped them out. What are their weaknesses? Maybe his heart is a little too golden, and people take advantage of that. Who knows? Maybe our woman here who's looking for her art piece, it's not really her art piece. And she's using Maxie because she knows that he will help her. Now we got a twist going on here. How do you like me now? Well, as you can see, you are creating the story. Your hero is taking his journey. Your hero will have a call to action. Something will happen. He'll be put in danger. He'll be put in peril. Um, Everything will come full circle, and then there will be something at the end. I know I'm being a little out there and open with this, but I'm just here to help you create your character, create your hero. And you need to know that sometimes you need to know who your hero is, because knowing your hero helps you write your story. And that is very important. And each hero has this journey they travel to. What is their beginning? What is their middle? And if you know it, what is their end? If you don't want to think about that, then hey. But each hero knows, each hero comes from someplace. Each hero is something. I'm not saying that you can't have somebody who comes out of nowhere, but when does that happen in life? When somebody comes out of nowhere, there's still some kind of backstory. And your character should have backstories. And when you make them more full, when you process them, when you see who they are, it helps you write your story. And as Joseph Campbell has said, each hero has a journey. Of course, I bring back Joseph again because he's the one that taught me this. And I tend to follow it. I tend to see where the hero starts, where the hero's going, what happens to the hero. And who knows, by the end of the journey, maybe the hero's not a hero anymore. Maybe he'll be a villain. Oh, but that's a whole other thing we're talking about there. Creating a villain. Maybe that'll be next week. Who knows? So there you go. What is your hero's journey? Figure that out and you know who your hero is. So now you've created your hero. Let's do something with it. Yes, it's that moment where I reveal the writer's prompt. And of course, we all know what a writer's prompt is. A writer's prompt is a tool we use to get ourselves writing. And this week, that tool will be this hero that you have created. Because it makes sense. Let's get this down and let's get him working. Because he needs to stop being so lazy. I know he just came into being, and just being born means that you don't need to keep working. But hey, he's our creation and he needs to work. Or she needs to work. Somebody needs to work. As long as it's not us. That's not true. Just keep writing. So, the writer's prompt is, you've created your hero. Or create your hero, if you haven't done so already. Come on, catch up. Then, write a moment in the hero's journey. You can take a moment from the story that you're writing. You can take a moment from the hero's life himself. But you need to write something from their journey. Maybe you write a little story about what they're afraid of. Or maybe you write something that's happened to them long ago in a far-off land. Whatever it is, write it. Do a paragraph or 2 or 3 or 4. Or if you get inspired, keep writing. Keep going. Don't let me stop you. That's the best thing to do. Just keep writing. So, the writer's prompt is, you take your created hero, then you write a moment in the hero's journey. The word of the week will be non-pareil. I think I said that right. Which means a person or thing has no equal. All right? A person or thing has no equal, not pareil. Hold on, let me check something. Non-pareil. Oh, it's non-pareil. Non-pareil. And if you want your own word of the day or word of the week or whichever way you want to go, you can always check dictionary.com. They have a free app, or you can pay for their full app. Up to you. I use their free app to get my words and get myself writing. So, there you go. The word of the week is non-pareil, which means a person or thing that has no equal. You take your hero, you write a little something about the hero's journey, and you have a writer's prompt and a writer's exercise, and we have a lot of fun. Oh wait, that's villains. We're doing heroes. So do I stand here like this or something? If you're interested in what I'm doing, of course, you can check out dranix.tumblr.com. That's dranix.tumblr.com. Of course, you heard me, right? That's dranix.tumblr.com. Yeah, you go there, you can see what I'm doing. Sometimes I write poems, sometimes I write stories. Hey, sometimes I stick my word of the week and put it in there. Oh, there you go. Check it out. And why not share your story with us in the comment section down below? That way we can go back and forth here and have some fun and look at what's going on, look at what you're doing. All right? So, until next week, we'll all say, I am the villain. Well, that's our show for this week, Apple Biteys. Be a hero. Give us a thumbs up. Get it? Be a hero, but give us a thumbs up. Or take a bite out of the apple and subscribe, because you know you want to. Yeah. And if you're interested in world creation, why don't you check out my previous episode where I help you create a world like we created a hero this week. And if all that's not enough for you, why don't you check us out next week where we shall create the most evilest villain that's ever been created in this universe. Or maybe we'll just create a villain. Who knows? Signing off, Rafael Tavares. Adios.